So for me, the worst is actually Grealish, and I would agree with you on that. Solely because of two things, right? The hype and the amount, the sheer amount of money that was paid to Aston Villa. Massive scam by Aston Villa. A big steal. They really scammed Manchester City. And
Aston Villa, Yahoo boys.
Good for them, they cashed out. But
yo, what's up, people? We're back for yet another episode of Sangalooo. Dayo is here. Lukaku becoming a regular in the house. Tele is here. We're back. So today, I guess at this point in the season, a lot of people have made signings, and it's fair enough now. If you haven't come good at this point, then we can call you a flop at this point. Like,
End of
giving
season,
you enough time. There's 5 games left, unless you're gonna. So there's been a couple of big money signings this season. Like Grealish broke the record for English transfers. Lukaku was almost 100 M. United cashed out, blah blah. So I want to ask both of you, what do you guys think is the best signing, the worst signing this season?
For me, I wouldn't say Lukaku. I'm talking from a football fan aspect. I'm not talking about from a Chelsea fan aspect right now. For me, when you're talking about
are you sure? Are you actually
no,
sure?
No, sincerely speaking. Come to think of it, within this period, Lukaku has been injured twice. Lukaku had COVID. During this period, he missed out like almost 1 month for COVID. Do you understand? He has been injured twice. And out of this thing, overall goals he has scored is about 13, 14 goals this season. So for me, I won't call him
EPL.
No. EPL he had just 5. But I'm talking about overall goals this season. He has scored 13 or 14 goals this season. So for me, I won't really call him that bad. Honestly, but he has not lived up to the expectation. Calling him the missing jigsaw, you understand? Piece in the jigsaw. But for me, I would say Grealish. Obviously, yes. Costing worth 100 million, the highest. Do you understand? Have less than how many goals? Less than 3 goals.
Yeah, Grealish is
that's bad.
So for me,
I feel like, so before we leave Lukaku, I feel those points made at Lukaku, fair enough, he's been injured, but even when he's fit, they are benching him for Havertz and Timo Werner, and that's saying a lot. Like, first of all, Havertz, so as a footballer, to be begged by a player that does not play that position, that's an insult. He top 9, you scored how many? You scored about 100 Premier League goals, and they're benching you by an attacking midfielder that came from Germany. It's not good now.
Yeah, I understand to your point, but come to think of it, if you watch the game of Chelsea lately, I don't understand. For a striker to be in Chelsea Football Club, lately you'll be frustrated. Because when you're talking about service, strikers in Chelsea don't have service. Like they should really have service. To be honest.
There's no network.
No, you don't service them. You don't really service them, but
you need to take them
let's take the fact. I was frustrated. Like I cannot be a striker in Chelsea Football Club. I will lack service of football. But give these guys like 6 to 8 passes. And let's know
you guys
match
lost some of your creative players.
But he is.
Ben Chilwell and James what have affected Lukaku's future. Those are the guys across the board. So perhaps those are the reasons. But I think when you consider how much Chelsea paid for him, and for 5 goals, for someone that's supposed to be the best striker, I think we have to consider him as one of the worst. So we'll not put a pin on him somewhere there. And we'll collate all them.
So for me, the worst is actually Grealish, and I would agree with you on that. Solely because of two things, right? The hype and the amount, the sheer amount of money that was paid to Aston Villa. Massive scam by Aston Villa. A big steal. They really scammed Manchester City. And good for them, they cashed out. But as God will have it, they use some of that money to buy another flop. I'll get there, but I'm still talking about who the worst is.
A couple flops,
so I'll get there, but I think Jack Grealish is my worst signing this season, and honorable mention to Lukaku also because of the hype. And it was unfortunate because it wasn't now the media that hyped him up. He hyped himself up. He came and he was like, oh, I've gone to Italy, I've gone and done this and that, I've become a different beast. Do you get me?
He said all that, man. And I was on Lukaku's side. I thought Manchester United fans just had a personal agenda with him and wanted him to flop. But he's not cut off. I said it in this show now. I don't think he's cut off for the Premier League.
And these guys,
I believe Chelsea are going to cash out soon.
Let me finish. Right. So now he's come into the team and you've now found another thing to complain about. You're complaining about service. You're complaining about not being played the way you want to be played. And that's not necessarily the best. I feel like Lukaku, not necessarily just because of his abilities. His personality is probably the major stumbling block in his career. And I think that's just unfortunate for him. So my worst signing goes to Jack Grealish. And then right up there, I have Lukaku.
So speaking of Grealish, because he's playing at City and under Pep, I'm not going to be too soon to call out Grealish because this is how I felt about Mahrez at a point before. Pep ball is very intricate. Pep told Manager that you can score a goal. Henry said it, you can score a goal and Pep will substitute you and insult you that this was not the plan.
Well,
so to understand Pep ball,
did Grealish score?
So, no, he scored 2 goals, so he hasn't been great. But I think we don't need to remember that Mahrez was in this same situation where I thought Mahrez came from Leicester, 60 million, and you're just benching. And now Mahrez has scored what? He's the top goal scorer this season.
Yeah.
So Grealish, I wouldn't let. He's been bad, no doubt. 100 million for
off what he has played this season.
But the thing is, so all for things he's been very bad, but I don't want to, it might make me regret it in a season side. But I feel like there's another honorable mention that hasn't been mentioned, and that is Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho has been very bad. And the circus that surrounded Sancho's arrival a couple seasons before, dragging him with Dortmund, blah, 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 blah. They forked the money out on him. They said it was the missing piece. United needed the right winger, so they signed him only to play him on the left wing. And now he's put up 3 goals and 3 assists all season. And he's played a lot. So of all these players, he's probably played the most of Grealish and Lukaku. And he cost quite a bit of money as well, £73 million. So
that's arguable. That's something we can look at.
For me, I would say, sincerely speaking, talking about all these guys, being in a new club, new tactical formation, style of football, you understand? To adapt to some players might take time. Do you get? Look at the likes of Mahrez that you make mention all the time. To understand the tactical plan and of the coach and everything is different.
And United, there's actually no tactical plan.
So exactly. Think about that also.
When you actually consider which United signings in the past 10 years have actually clicked. We'll go on to speak about one now, but I actually thought about it recently. Who has come to been like only Ibrahimovic came and looked okay now.
Yes, okay. After Ibrahimovic,
Di Maria.
After Ibrahimovic, you can talk about Ronaldo.
Yeah,
that's the only person.
Players, and these are two players. These are 2 of the most alpha males in the history of football. Of course, they're going to ball. This doesn't send anybody now.
That shows the quality.
Yeah, that shows that.
Yes. I think it's the football club and the team.
So I think, when we're considering the world signings, someone that disappointed me, they didn't spend that much money on him. I don't know if this to Tele was referring to was Leon Bailey. When he came in, he replaced. They used the Grealish money quite well, I thought. They brought in Bailey, they brought in Danny Ings, who hasn't really performed well either. But Bailey has really disappointed me the most. There have been some injuries, there's been a COVID and all that. So maybe we'll give these people more time, young players from different leagues, but I expect them more from him.
But let me say,
I think I was actually talking about Leon Bailey there, you were right. And it was also due to the hype that came with this player, young American, balling, doing all of these things, Jamaican and that. And so that's where it stemmed from for me. Leon Bailey was expected to fill in the shoes of Jack Grealish, play, and they expected him to be very skillful, and all of that, but he did not present anything sensible. But just to quickly rebut, just a quick rebuttal on Jadon Sancho, right? Jadon Sancho, first off, at Manchester United, he has not hit the ground running, no doubt, but he has been pivotal in some of the games that he has played for Manchester United, giving assists in their moments and even scoring a couple goals, more goals than Jack Grealish for sure,
one more
goals than Jack Grealish, and more assists than Jack Grealish
how many
as well. More goals and more assists than Jack Grealish in the Premier League. In the Premier League only, he scored more goals. He scored more goals than Jack Grealish in the Champions League too. So there's those discrepancies, but no doubt he's been one of the worst signings this season because of the amount of money he was paid to even play. His salary is astronomical. The amount they paid to Dortmund and the expectation on his shoulders. So he's right up there.
And I'm worried about Sancho because I feel like he might be a lifestyle guy, man.
Of course.
He's giving me those Hazard kind vibes, and Hazard, it still worked for Hazard because Hazard was around good coaches that made them happy. The team members, he had teammates that were serious men that won't accept that. But Sancho, without that leadership, I don't know, man. He needs to. Ten Hag needs to whip him up because he's a very good player, and like we see that on certain games. Exactly. No, he's actually a very, very good player. Like he doesn't lose the ball. He makes the right decisions. Passes are weighted right. I think sometimes he makes the right decision too much, and sometimes he just needs to just take the risk and just be more direct. But he's a very good player, and United is just a rocky place. It might not click for like. I've seen a lot of very good players come to United, be bad, and then leave and be good again. And this just has that written all over it, man.
Exactly. Another thing I wanted to say about Sancho before we just move on from Sancho is the fact that he's actually had more goal involvements than Lukaku, than Grealish, and than even Leon Bailey, who's on my list as well.
Of course, an attacking midfielder.
You get me? I'm just saying, besides the goals and the assists.
Okay, let me give you some context to that, Sha. He has one more goal involvement than Lukaku and
no, not one. And when you say goal involvement, it's not necessarily limited to just goals and assists. You know, there's also like the third pass.
Chance created.
Who counts that? Where do you get those stats?
But to me, I believe goal involvement should be the one that leads to goal.
Assist or goal? That's how I thought it was.
But he does still have assist and goals.
This guy.
Yeah, one more.
I'm very sure you are too much of Sancho written on the
ball. But he does. And that will bring me to the last person that I have on my list as one of the worst signings this season. Even though he was not a permanent signing, he was a loan signing. And that's Saul. To Chelsea. That was.
Come to think of it, how many games did Saul play this season?
No, admittedly,
why did he play only a few games?
3 or 4 games.
Why?
A whole season.
No, but why? Why is the reason? Because it wasn't good.
To me, not that it wasn't good.
It was a bad deal.
It's not. Saul's deal was just. Guys, come to think of it, Saul's deal was just like a beg. It's an abeg deal. Saul was on bench smelling at Atletico Madrid. And all his, his agents were just like begging. That just lastminute.com. You understand? You just already had 3 midfielders already. Standard. So it's just there. So I can't really say it's a flop. But he is bad. Whenever he's on pitch, he is bad.
He's done nothing in England, bro.
He is bad.
Just enjoy the rain.
So that's the last person that I have.
One person, I have eyes on Raphael Varane because he came in with a massive reputation. He was supposed to have the type of impact that Van Dijk had in Liverpool, that Ruben Dias had in Manchester City.
No, I don't think
but
that
guy.
That was Maguire.
I will tell you the truth.
He came in here. No, wait. I remember that day. Guys like to gaslight us. I remember that day vividly. When Varane walked onto the pitch in a suit and tie, holding the jersey, shook Rio Ferdinand's hand, and you guys were like, we have our new Rio Ferdinand.
What's you guys? Who's your you
And
guys?
now, here we are. So I think, but they didn't spend that much money on him, 34 million. When he's played, luckily hasn't been the worst of the centre backs, but I expected more from a player that's won 4 Champions Leagues. They concede so many. Come on.
What do you expect?
Expected more.
I'm thinking right now it's because of the shadow. This guy overshadowing him.
Maguire. Maguire is thinking of the gap next to him. The right back is whack. The left back is whack. He doesn't have a DM in front of him. So there are a lot of excuses. Fair enough, but I expected more.
It's still one of them.
All right. So thanks for having us. That's our rundown of the worst signings in the Premier League for the 2021-22 season. Let us know in the comment section who you think is in the worst signing. Who you think we've been too harsh on? Who you think we've been too lenient on?
And who you think we didn't even mention?
Yeah, who are lenient? Who we did not even mention?
Who are trying to support?
So let us know below. Like, comment, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Share with your friends. Thanks for having us. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Safe.